Welcome to the show, Johnny.
It's nice to be here.
Good. Look, if you can just maybe tell us how business is going and maybe how you see the market, and what you do and how you think that you can actually, how you actually help people.
I guess to begin with, I'm a mortgage broker, so I like to think of us as financial personal assistance for people when they're applying for credit. We're the middlemen between bank and borrower, and we manage the process of the application, take the time and stress out of that process off the client and manage that, liaise with clients, if they're buying, liaise with real estates and conveyancers. It's an obligation. Initially, our service is an obligation-free checkup. We do a checkup initially. It's a free service. The banks pay our commissions, not the client.
Right.
So, and the way I've been terming it lately is our loyalty is 100% of the client, not the bank.
Right.
So,
yes. Yep.
If a loan, a particular lender doesn't suit a client, then we have a range of other lenders that'll come to the party hopefully and tick the box and assist them with whatever they're looking to do, whether it be purchase or refinancing. Lately, in terms of the market, I'm finding it very busy. A lot of refinancing happening, a lot of people reviewing their home loans, which we encourage. Rates are very low, sort of GFC levels. So people are crazy not to be reviewing their loans.
Indeed.
At the moment.
Right.
Some great deals to be had.
Right. And so when you say they're reviewing, you mean to maybe another purchase, or are they just going, look, we've even with the mortgage we've got, there are better savings to be made on that?
Exactly. The initial part of our process, once we have a referral or someone comes to us, is a quick 5-minute phone call, and that is a fact find. And from that phone call, we pre-qualify them, understand what their current position is,
right,
what their lending capacity may be, where we can save them money on their current loans.
Yep.
And it may be part of the process that we encourage them to buy another property. Of course, with the advice of an accountant or a financial planner.
Yep.
They may have come to us for that reason to start with.
Yes.
And in that process, we'll review their existing loans and save them a whole heap of money.
And that process is free, is it?
Yep.
And so once they take up a loan, say with one of the banks, the bank actually pays you, is that right?
That's
or is
correct,
there a fee?
Yes. No, there's no fee or fees paid to us at all. So you're coming to the broker, you're getting a range of lenders.
Loving this.
Background music.
Yeah.
You're getting a range of lenders, a range of products,
yes,
a range of interest rates, and a range of policies. So there's a lot of options there.
Right.
And the other thing I left out was network, and of course experience. So, our network is vast.
Yeah.
Therefore, the clients are benefiting from that as well.
Of course. So that it doesn't. So, and correct me if I'm wrong here. That from your client's point of view, if they went and did it themselves, they're not actually saving any money. Is that right?
Not necessarily. No.
Yeah.
No. The way I kind of explain it is, it's like opening the old yellow pages or white pages, or getting on Google and picking home loan. You don't know what you're going to get.
Yes.
Coming to us, if you go direct to the bank, you're going to have a lending officer who can sell you one range of products, one range of interest rates, and they're probably very good at selling that product range.
Yes. Yep.
But if you come to a broker, it'd be like walking into a branch and there's a member or a representative of every lender there buying for your business.
Sure.
Now, your client's loyalty, our loyalty is with the client, not the lender. So.
But for the client themselves, they're not going to save any money by sidestepping the broker as such,
no,
are they?
Not at all. There's no rates. The same rates that are advertised in the market by the mainstream bank are advertised for the broker channel. In fact, because we have a knowledge of what other deals are in the market, what the competitors are offering, 9 times out of 10 we're leveraging off that and negotiating a better interest rate than what's advertised.
Okay, so in fact it actually doesn't make any sense for somebody to sidestep
That's
the broker,
right.
which is,
No.
I guess some people would actually think that, oh, if I'm
Yeah.
going to go through the broker, I can do it all myself online,
Yeah.
but there's actually the cost in that is actually, because you're not doing it all the time,
Yeah.
you won't actually see
No.
a whole lot of things like that, having a
Correct.
professional like yourself
Correct.
actually spot and go, look, that's actually,
Yeah.
out of date, or
Yeah.
it's...
And there's
it's-
an element of advice in there. You know, we're a professional industry. We're
Yes.
licensed.
Yes,
So we're able to give advice around credit products and
Right.
structuring.
yes, yeah,
And often people get it wrong.
sure.
Their accountants aren't involved, financial planners aren't involved. But because we like to work in tandem with those professionals, brokers, planners and accountants, we liaise with them and what's the right structure for their client.
Right.
Or we'll suggest a structure.
Okay.
Whether it be buying an investment property, what's the right loan product, and what's the right repayments product.
Sure. Tell me, a lot of the people I speak with are actually small business owners where their income isn't, as clear, I suppose,
Yeah.
as for somebody that's employed in a company where there's a specific, you get set wage every week.
Yeah.
How do you get around that, or can you help?
Yeah.
Clients
Banks,
like that?
lenders like to pick on the self-employed people, unfortunately, and they make the hurdles high and wide.
Yes.
I like that challenge. Often we have clients come to us who are self-employed who have been to their bank,
Yep.
and they may have had a junior, inexperienced lender go through the application process and find that they've been knocked back or their lending capacity is not high enough.
Yes.
So often a client will come to us in that circumstance, and we're able to derive a higher income from understanding their financial position,
Sure.
looking at their statement of financial position of their business, deriving a higher income, therefore increasing their lending capacity. So it's a challenge I enjoy.
Right.
And then there's all about the way it's positioned. There are circumstances as to why someone's income may be lower. So
Yes.
we build a profile when we go to a bank,
Mhm.
and just explain that in detail where we can.
Okay, very good, very good. And have you always been in this industry, or what did you do
Yeah.
prior to this industry?
No, always been in banking and finance.
Oh, really? Okay.
I started with the CBA, Commonwealth Bank, 20 odd years ago.
Oh, right,
And
okay.
I worked through as a junior up to lead teller, and
Right.
then about 13 years ago went into more of an assessment role with St George Bank,
Okay.
assessing personal loans and credit cards, and
Right.
as a fraud analyst for them, which was exciting. Bit different than your average application process. We're looking
Yes.
for those that are trying to cheat the system.
Right.
And then worked for a credit union for a few years after St George, and at the credit union I was assessing all sorts of applications, and that's where I really cut my teeth on home loans. And
Right.
from there went to NAB, and so that's when I was assessing broker applications
Yes.
at NAB, and I realised that I could be doing a better job than some of the applications I saw. But that experience at NAB was invaluable, because that's where I really learnt how to understand complex credit structures and
Yes.
complex company structures and how to derive an income out of it.
Right.
So what's on black and white may not be enough to get a loan application approved,
Sure.
but understanding how to make more income out of those financials is beneficial and helps us get a lot of loans approved.
Very good. So you definitely got the inside running there
Yeah,
with
yeah.
working for the CBA, and then so
Yeah.
it's that's invaluable experience, I guess.
And there's a network to lend on as well there, still having connections there, and
Of course.
relationships, which is, this game is all about relationships. You go in for a favour when needed.
Yes.
And having those relationships means the glass is half full.
Yes.
When they're
and-
looking at our applications, yeah.
Right, okay, yeah, that makes sense, that makes sense. Very good. And outside of being a lender, or in the industry you're in, what else do you get up to? Anything else?
I like cooking.
Yeah?
I watch a lot of movies.
Yeah?
I have some friends in the film industry, so a bit of an interest there. I'm not the creative type, but It's good watching them go about their trade. Do a bit of snowboarding occasionally, just
Okay.
once a year.
Yeah. Well, it's this time of year now, isn't it? Or coming towards it.
It is. I'm off to Queenstown in a couple of months, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Oh, fantastic. Good. Fantastic. Okay, well, I think that gives us a good insight to what you do. So, look, thanks so much, Johnny. And,
Welcome.
yeah,
Thanks for the opportunity and talking to us.
pleasure.